Hey, let's see what is today's astrology looking like. Let's look at the astrology of today, and then we're going to do a reading, um, a solstice reading. Okay, this is very, very interesting. Okay, so the sun actually may not be. Let me see here. Okay, so we have it's going to be 10:57 a.m. Okay, so we have about another hour or so before the sun is officially in Cancer. So I'm going to show y'all where the proof is. It's right here. The sun enters into Cancer on the 21st at 10:57 a.m. So I feel vindicated because I sent out a message today thinking I don't think it's the solstice yet. I think it's tomorrow, but I was right. It's still Gemini season. Gemini's like at 10:57 a.m., then Cancerians, you get to go on ahead and take over. But for right now, it's still Gemini season, boo boo. Okay. Quit playing. Anywho, yes, okay. But still, let's look and see. Let's go on ahead and just create this chart. That way, let's see here. I want it to be 10:57. So in about an hour. Why am I doing this? Let's just do New York. New York. Yo, 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 baby. New York. Okay. So let's see what energy we're working with from the astrological perspective. This thing is messing with my emotions. But we're just going to act like, hold on one second. Yeah, we're going to act like the sun is in Cancer. Okay. So the sun being in Cancer, definitely kicking off a season of new beginnings. So in the goddess centered lifestyle, we're all about cycles, and it's just really important to um, pay attention to the cycles that we're in. That way you can work with the cycle and not just be planning willy nilly. Man, it's painful to me some days to see people making plans, and I know the astrology, but it's like you just got to let people do what they, I'm not here to be controlling folks. Everybody's not going to be into astrology, but I find that it works like a charm personally. Okay. So you have Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. That's your 90-day sprint. I know a lot of times we look at 90 days in business. We're going to look at it from, you know, day one of 1 month, and then we go three months out from that. But you can also use 90 days starting with Cancer. OMG, this is amazing because it's the energy of initiation, it's the energy of new beginnings. Okay. And so definitely be thinking about some things that you want to do in terms of fresh new starts. If you need a fresh new start, even if it's a fresh restart, because yeah, if we go back to something that we've talked about already, Queens, um, let's see here. We have Saturn went retrograde on Saturday, which Saturn retrograde is actually kind of a good thing. So Saturn went retrograde on Saturday. The reason Saturn retrograde is a good thing is because retrograde energy matches Saturn. And because Saturn is slow, it's methodical, it wants to follow a plan. And so when it retrogrades, its energy is actually a little bit more benevolent because it's looked at as a malevolent planet. But it works better when it's retrograde. Okay. And it's not too bad in Pisces. It's yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's Saturn is sort of good in Pisces. So I love that, but it is retrograde. Okay. It is in retrograde. We already have Pluto retrograde. And then you remember I talked about Neptune is going retrograde. So the energy just starts slowing down when we get to the top of the July, we'll start feeling the energy slow down even more. I did a lot of readings here recently on the Venus retrograde, and she starts slowing down in July. And so then we see Venus goes retrograde almost a month from today. So it's this energy of slowing down. That's why I was guided to say to you all that, this is it's an important time for us to realize we might need to take a little bit of a break. I know I am. I said I'm just not going to push myself. And then Mercury retrogrades in August on the 23rd. And it's just slower and slower and slower and slower. Uranus retrograde on the 28th of August. Okay. And so, Jupiter retrograde in September. Things will start feeling a little bit more direct once we get to September the 15th, because Venus and Mercury, they make such a big impact on us, in terms of our day-to-day life. But still, there's just going to be this energy of, I just want to review. I don't want to move too fast. I want to take my time. And so, yeah, that's something to take in consideration as you think about this new beginning of Cancer. All right. So that's something to consider. It again, I touched on everything in the opening meditation, and this mental ritual that we did around, um, like taking care of the family and tapping into your intuition and connecting with the ancestors. These are all things that Cancer brings up. Leo is about your creative energy. It's a very important sign right now because we have, Mars is there and has been there for a little while. Oh, Mars is conjunct Lilith. Woo! Okay, I'm glad I'm looking at this today. This is why I do this, y'all, because I don't go in depth like this just on my own. Um, okay, let me pause. So we have Mars there. We have Lilith. Lilith is an asteroid, and she's about empowerment. Yeah, she's about empowerment. Venus is there. The moon is just making her way there. She's going to be there just for a couple of days. Eventually, the sun is going to get there, even though, Mars is going to move on out. But that's where Venus is retrograding. Venus is retrograding in Leo. So that energy is going to be ultra highlighted during this 90-day sprint also. So it's about shining and being in your own unique energy. Let's see here. What else do I want to tell y'all about Leo? Yeah, being motivated. Oh, it's an energy of leadership. And so it's about standing in your power. So we have the energy of, royalty essentially, with this energy of empowerment there. And then Venus is there, which is all about women. Lilith is feminine also. Like it's kind of cool actually to see the moon, Venus, and Lilith there on the day of the solstice. That's cool. That's because when the sun moves into Cancer in about an hour, that's going to be bringing in even more feminine energy. And then we got all this feminine energy over here in Taurus. And then we have Saturn and Neptune over here in Pisces. And we have Pluto in, wow. And we have Pluto in Capricorn. So it's a lot of feminine energy happening either through the sign, or feminine planets are all together. And so I just see this as a summer that could be extremely feminine, or we can maybe operate from our feminine power during this time. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you operating from your feminine power? And Ocean Kimmy says, exactly. I feel like I should be slowing down right now. I've been gentle and kind with myself, just chilling. I love that. I love that. Beautiful, Ocean Kimmy. That is, sometimes we're gonna be go, 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 go. It's gonna feel so good. But when it is time to slow down, we want to have the value of slowing down, smelling the flowers, doing nothing, or doing things that are just enjoyable. So I do think this is a summer to do things that you really enjoy. So make sure you put that as something that you want to focus on. So yeah, this is really imprinting feminine empowerment and leadership, and like expressing ourselves creatively in our own unique way. And we'll even feel the need all summers. Like, I just feel like I need to be myself. I just feel like I need to go on ahead and do this art that I want to do. And it's not necessarily, I don't all the time want us to think we have to monetize everything. Sometimes we do art just for the sake of art, right? But some of us will be like, no, I'm ready to monetize my gifts and my talents in some kind of way. And you'll start feeling more confidence about that. That's something else that Leo is about, confidence. So once we get into Leo, you know, it's not going to be a real fast time. I just want to be honest with y'all. But it can be a time where it's kind of like we just sit and allow ourselves to be imbued with whatever this is, the motivation, the confidence, the creativity, the leadership that is needed to manifest whatever it is that we want to manifest. And then we get over here to Virgo. This will be the last season of this particular 90-day sprint. And so it's kind of like when we get to Virgo, especially, once we get deeper into Virgo and Mercury and Venus are no longer retrograde, we will be like, okay, it's time. I'm ready to get my list of things to do. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go over into Libra season, which is a new season. So Virgo is going to give us a chance to like map it out. We actually may start getting started on some of the stuff, because Virgo is a let me do it, let me get things done type of energy. But at the very least, it will be the kind of energy that's like, okay, I want to get organized. And then Libra will come and we'll feel like we want to take off in Libra season. So you can see how the cycles work. Okay. You can see how the cycles work. So yeah, that's the energy that I see. Okay, wait a minute. So at some point, this energy over here in Pisces is going to become very prominent. So I also think Cancer season is going to be a time where, we talked about heightening our intuition. It'll be a time where our intuition gets heightened. Um, I think that it could be a beautiful time for us to work on self-care with this Taurus energy. It's going to be highlighted because of this Cancerian energy during the Cancer season. So it'll help us to, continue to focus on self-care and like, how is our digestion and how is it helping our bodies? All right. So I do think this will be a self-care summer. I really do. I think this will be a self-care summer for all of us. And wow. Also, I see Jupiter and Saturn. They are interacting right now in a very positive and good way. So I think that whatever intentions we set for at this summer solstice, which I just encourage you to go back um, to your New Year's goals and intentions. Maybe the equinox, you set some intentions at the equinox, and maybe you set some intentions at this last new moon. I think that we have the potential to manifest these in a beautiful, beautiful way. We do need to trust our intuition, and we need to open ourselves up to miracles happening and divine guidance. But just looking at this summer solstice chart, man, this is nice. This is very, very nice. Okay. Yes, self-care summer. That's what I'm calling it. Self-care summer. This is a for real self-care summer. Some summers are not self-care. Summers. But definitely this is a self-care summer. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to share? Okay, so let me do a